Rain poured down in sheets as Ethan drove along the quiet country road, his wipers struggling to keep up. It had been a long day, another missed school play, another promise broken to his 7-year-old daughter, Lily. He was a single dad doing his best, but sometimes his best felt like it wasn't enough. He was lost in thought when his headlights caught something unusual ahead. A young woman, drenched to the bone, walking barefoot along the side of the road. Her white wedding dress clung to her like a ghostly shadow. Ethan slowed down, unsure if his eyes were deceiving him. But no. There she was, mascara running down her face, holding a pair of high heels in one hand and a bouquet in the other. He pulled over and rolled down the window. "Hey, are you okay?" The woman stopped, startled. Then she looked up at him with tear-streaked cheeks and said quietly, "I don't know where I'm going." Something in her voice, soft, cracked, and defeated, hit Ethan in a way he couldn't explain. He opened the passenger door. "Get in. You'll catch pneumonia out there." She hesitated for a moment before climbing in, dripping rainwater onto the seat. Ethan grabbed a blanket from the back and handed it to her. "Thanks," she whispered, shivering as she wrapped it around herself. I didn't mean to scare you." "No worries," he said, glancing over. "I'm more worried about you." "You running from something?" She let out a shaky laugh. "From a wedding. Mine." That caught him off guard. "You ran out on your wedding?" She nodded slowly. "He wasn't who I thought he was. Found out this morning he's been cheating with my maid of honor. I was halfway down the aisle when I realized I couldn't do it." Ethan let out a low whistle. "That's rough." The car filled with the sound of rain and quiet understanding. For a while, neither spoke. Then she said softly, "You have a daughter, don't you?" He glanced at the little pink backpack in the back seat. "Yeah, Lily, 7 years old. Smartest kid I know." "She's lucky," the woman murmured. "You care enough to show up." Ethan's chest tightened. "I try, but I miss a lot. Work, bills, life." She turned to him, her eyes full of sincerity. "You showed up for a stranger tonight. That says more about you than you think." He smiled faintly, not sure what to say. They drove in silence until he pulled into a small roadside diner. "Let's get you something warm," he said. Inside, the place was nearly empty. The waitress eyed the drenched woman in the wedding dress but said nothing, just brought over 2 mugs of coffee. For the first time, she smiled. A small, tired smile. "I'm Grace," she said. "Ethan," he replied. They talked for hours. About life. About mistakes. About second chances. Grace said she was a teacher who'd put everyone else first for too long. Ethan said he was a mechanic trying to build something for his daughter. Somewhere between the coffee refills and the flicker of the diner's neon lights, they both began to breathe again. When the clock struck midnight, Ethan realized he hadn't thought about his worries for the first time in years. Grace looked calmer too, her eyes no longer clouded with heartbreak. "I don't know what I'm supposed to do next," she said quietly. Ethan smiled. "Maybe don't figure it all out tonight. Sometimes, the road takes you where you need to be." She laughed softly. "You sound like someone who's been lost before." "I have," he said. "Still am, maybe." As he drove her to a small motel nearby, Grace suddenly reached out and touched his arm. "Ethan, thank you. I thought tonight was the worst day of my life. But maybe it's the start of something better." He looked at her, and for a moment, everything else faded. The rain, the regrets, the noise of the world. Just 2 people, both broken in different ways, finding comfort in a stranger's kindness. Before she stepped out, she leaned down to the window and said softly, "Tell Lily she's got a dad to be proud of." And just like that, she was gone, disappearing into the night, leaving Ethan sitting there with a strange warmth in his chest and the feeling that his life had just taken a quiet turn he didn't yet understand. When he got home, Lily was waiting by the window, sleepy-eyed but smiling. "Daddy, you're late," she said. Running into his arms, he hugged her tightly, whispering, "I know, sweetheart, but I'm here now, and I'm not going anywhere." Outside, the rain had stopped, and for the first time in a long time, Ethan felt like maybe, just maybe, he was exactly where he was meant to be.